to Where Are They Now? Quarantine Edition from Wild Horse Productions. I am Carol Scott, Executive Director of Wild Horse Productions. And with me today is a former alumni and star, Darby Beckwith. How are you, Darby?
Hi, Carol.
Great to see you this morning.
Yeah, so good to see you.
So tell us, where are you quarantining, and is it the same place that you usually live?
Oh, yes. I'm quarantining at my parents' house with my parents, my 3 sisters, and my brother. So full house here.
Sounds like a full house, but sounds like a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
we're talking about Wild Horse today, and can you tell us, do you remember what your first show was with Wild Horse, and what your last show was? Wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. Okay. So I had done stuff with Backstage Kids. And I remember being like 5 years old and telling Pat Justin, I want to be a producer. Like, don't know what I was talking about. But I did, I think my very first show was Winnie the Pooh. But then my very first show with Wild Horse was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I remember in that as well, I like went to you and was like, I was in Aslan's army. I was in the ensemble. And I was like, instead of being like just a regular creature, can I be a phoenix? And you were like, sure. Like, and then my last show, I finally clawed my way up. And I was Belle in Beauty and the Beast in 2015.
Wonderful. And I do remember Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was one of our first shows at the Brewery Arts Center. And it was a wonderful, wonderful show. And I do remember you as the Phoenix. I think I still have that Phoenix headpiece at the warehouse somewhere.
Oh my God.
And of course, you were gorgeous as Belle. I mean, you know, what a spectacular voice you had. And we were gifted to have you in that production as Belle. Do you have a crazy or funny story about anything that happened on stage or backstage you would like to tell us about?
Okay, I have something that happened. This is like a secret, but it actually happened during a summer camp. It happened during a summer camp. So me and my older sister, Riley, and Challen Wright, we would go to Dutch Bros every day and go on a Dutch Bros run. And one day we got these Dutch freezes that were like full of caffeine, like super caffeinated. And we came back and we were like off the walls. Like we were insane. Okay. And Pat was like, you better not ever get those again. like do not get those again. So this next day we go on, like, it was like not a pleasant experience. We were so like caffeinated. We were like anxious. Like it was like not good. So the next day we're like, okay, we're going to Dutch Bros. And Pat's like, all right, you better not get those Dutch freezes, kids. You better not. And we're like, oh, no, Pat, we would never. And as we're like walking down the steps of the Brewery Arts Center, we're like, but they were actually kind of good. Like those were really good. And we got them again and then tried to just act like casual, like we weren't like, woo, like bouncing off the walls. And I feel so guilty about it. So Pat, if you see this, we're so sorry.
Pat will definitely see this. She is enjoying catching up with what you're doing. So again, Pat will see this and know that you did not listen to her, which happens a lot, unfortunately.
So disrespectful. We were terrible, terrible teenagers. That is not what you should do.
Okay, good. Thanks for telling everybody now that that's not what they should do. And you mentioned your sister Riley, and I want to mention that you come from a family. We have so many families, I'm realizing while I'm doing this, that are participating in the arts. And you have Riley, yourself, Camilla, and your dad, Patrick, was in Newsies with us. So we actually had your dad on stage.
He had so much fun.
So tell us what you're doing now. Where did you go to college and what have you been doing?
Okay. I went to college in Ohio. I went to Ohio Northern University and I got a BFA in musical theater. And it was fantastic. It was 4 really long, hard, rigorous years, but 4 of like the best years ever. It was so much fun. And then I actually moved back here and I'm currently teaching drama and English at Carson High School, which is super fun and I love it. And then I don't know. I have lots of plans, but we'll see what ends up.
You have been on stage recently though, so can you tell us about what you've been in with WNC?
Doing shows with Western Nevada. I was just Miss Honey in Matilda, the musical. And then I am playing Princess Winifred in Once Upon a Mattress, which just got postponed till November.
Great. We'll still have a chance to see you on stage, no matter where in the world you go, because I know you have plans. And I know that you will branch out of here at some point, but we still get a chance to see you on stage.
Yeah.
So why did you pursue a career in theater arts?
Oh, okay. I hear a lot of the time people say, if you can do anything else, other than theater, do it. If you can do anything else, do it. I understand where that's coming from, because you have to be like, super passionate about it to be successful in it. But I kind of don't agree with that, because I think I chose to pursue theater because I love it. Like that's what I love, and I'm okay at it. And so I just chose it because I'm passionate about it. And I think there's a lot of things because of theater that I'm interested in. I think I'm pretty well-rounded because my time in theater, helped me to become that way. But I chose to pursue theater because I just love it, and it fulfills me so much, and it brings me joy. And I mean, what more could you ask for in a job? Like,
great. I say go for it, right? I mean, you went to a theater school, and I always encourage people to continue their career and learn all the time. So I think that's great. And we have seen your growth, Darby. I mean, when you got back from college, and seeing you in Matilda was amazing, and your voice is so beautiful. Do you have a dream role?
Yes, I mean, many, there's any ingenue is my dream role. But is as cliche as this is, I would love to play Glinda in Wicked, because one, it's just an incredible role. It's funny, it's legit soprano, it's kind of in my wheelhouse. And also, if you get a job with Wicked, like, you're set. So
I've heard a couple of our other alumni have said that same thing. And I told this story, I'll tell it again. A friend of mine who lives in New York just got cast in Wicked. She's been in New York for years and years and years. She's a friend of Sierra's. And she just got cast in Wicked, and 2 weeks after, they closed Broadway down. So she had 2-week run on Broadway.
That's heartbreaking, but so great for her though. That's amazing though that she did that. And
she'll be back as soon as Broadway, the lights go back on. She'll be back in her part on Wicked. But I was thinking it took her so long, and then the virus hit.
Right. Oh my God. Yes.
So I've been putting everybody kind of on the spot and asking if you want to share with us a song. We'd love to hear you sing, and I'm sure everybody would love that doesn't get to see you on stage. Would love to hear you sing something.
Okay, so I was thinking, I love Carousel, the musical, and I think it's important to remember in this time of social distancing that we are not alone. You're never alone. So I'm going to try some of You'll Never Walk Alone from Carousel.
Perfect.
Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
Oh, that was so beautiful. You gave me chills through the phone.
Oh, thanks, Carol.
And we know what the audio is like on a phone and on the video, but it was beautiful.
Right.
Thank you so much, Darby. I love hearing you.
Thanks.
Any advice you would give our young actors that are working with Wild Horse today?
I would say the things that make you weird or different are probably your greatest asset. I know for me personally, it's a lot of the things that made me feel different or weird when I was a girl are the things that make me feel confident and powerful as a woman. So I think you need to be completely yourself. You should never try to imitate the girl on the cast recording. You should never try to imitate the girl who always gets the leads, who you think, oh, that's what they want to see. You should just be completely yourself. And then kind of going off that, someone else's talent does not take away from your talent. When I was auditioning, it was back in like 2014, 2015, and I was standing next to Peyton at an audition. And there was another girl who was going up and auditioning who was really good, going for the role I was going for. And I think Peyton could tell I was like a little nervous. I was getting a little freaked out because this girl was really good. And Peyton just leans over to me. I didn't say anything. She just leaned over and whispered to me. She goes, you know, she's good, but you are too. And I was like, oh my God, like what a revelation, you know, like you don't always think about that. But I just think that really transformed things for me. And I mean, you know, I really started in the ensemble. I was not a leading woman. I was not like I said earlier, I clawed my way to the top. Like I know that you have to be yourself and find who you truly are before you can be successful and be the performer you want to be. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, and it's great advice. It's great advice for all of our young people. And I love when kids get up there and they are themselves and they have their own personality, and you know, it makes such a difference, and we can see that on stage. We see the personality on stage.
Yeah.
And you did come up in the ranks, Darby, and your voice developed. I mean, I think we have kids that, you know, are young and their voice aren't developed at some point. And then by some magic, all of a sudden, we see them the next year and they're up there and their voice has developed into a beautiful voice like yours has to play Belle and to play Matilda and Once Upon a Mattress. I mean, all those parts of leading lady sopranos.
Yeah.
So, again, thank you so much, Darby. Thanks for imparting your wisdom on us and your beautiful singing voice. And we wish you the best in whatever, wherever it takes you after we get quarantine.
Yes.
And please say hi to the family for us. Say hi to everyone. Tell them we miss seeing their faces too.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Where are they now? Quarantine edition.